I'll call to order the business meeting for Wednesday, May 6, 2020. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just
Roll call, please, Grace.
Councilman Scaringi,
Present.
Councilwoman Rossetti,
present.
Councilwoman Riley,
Present.
Councilwoman Friedman,
Present.
Councilman Burns,
Present.
Councilman Strawn,
Present.
President Scanlon.
Present.
That's 7 here, 0 absent.
Okay, on to approval of minutes from the April 22nd, 2020 meeting and the minutes from the April 27th, 2020 meeting. Councilman Strawn.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask for unanimous approval of the minutes from the April 22nd, 2020 business meeting and the minutes from the April 27th, 2020 special business meeting. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed?
Public comment?
Public comment, right?
Okay, for public
We're on the
comment,
public comment section now.
the clerk's email, we did not receive any messages. So we will now be taking calls on the phone. The number is 607-772-7101. Again, it's 607-772-7101. And we'll wait a couple
Sure.
minutes.
All right, wait a minute, okay. Patience isn't one of my virtues, just so you know.
Understand that.
Grace, do you want to
Yeah.
read that number again and then give another 60 seconds until we close?
Okay. Again, the phone number to call in for public comment is 607-772-7101.
I have Baltimore Orioles in the bird feeder, in case any of you are wondering. They're quite beautiful.
Nice.
Thanks for the update, Councilman Burns.
All right, I'm looking right out my window.
I'd rather see him play in the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the preferred agenda. Would anybody like anything removed from the preferred agenda? Okay, hearing no one, on to introductory ordinance 20-39. Councilman Strong, please.
I think Grace or Lee reads all of them.
I'll read all of them.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so introductory resolution 20-39, considered in finance, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a professional service agreement with Barton and Lojudas for preliminary design services for the DECO project.
Questions or comments on this? Okay, Grace.
Okay. Do we do roll call? No, okay, sorry. Okay. Introductory resolution 20-40, a resolution authorizing the acceptance of a BJA FY 2020 coronavirus emergency supplemental funding grant.
Questions or comments on this?
Introductory resolution 20-41, a resolution authorizing.
Grace,
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Grace. Councilman Riley, did you have a question or a comment?
Introductory resolution 20-41, considered in planning, a resolution authorizing the city to accept payment and for the mayor to execute an agreement with the New York State DOT for acquisition of Vestal Ave bypass, PIN 9038.26.221.
Questions or comments on this? Okay, Grace.
Okay. Introductory resolution 20-42, considered in finance, a resolution authorizing a BLDC revolving fund loan to the Broome County Council of Churches for the grocery store located at 435 State Street.
Questions or comments on this?
Mr. President, motion to accept the preferred agenda.
Second.
We do
One.
voice vote on
Roll
this?
call.
Okay.
Okay. Councilman Scaringi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Rossanetti,
Aye.
Councilwoman Riley,
Aye.
Councilwoman Friedman,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Strong,
Aye.
President Scanlon.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
On to the non-preferred agenda, introductory resolution 20-43, consider finance, Councilman Strawn.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask for unanimous consideration of introductory ordinance 20-43, a resolution authoring the mayor to enter into a one-year parking agreement extension in conjunction with a one-year lease extension from the BLDC and the IDA with Boscov's Department Store LLC.
Second.
All in favor? Voice vote? Okay. Never mind.
Are there any,
Any comments or questions?
Questions or comments on this?
Yes, I do have a question. This is Councilwoman Riley.
Yes.
Is it typical that the parking and the renewal for the building lease are in one document?
Don't know that.
Councilwoman Riley, I can speak to that a little bit. I imagine that council has been apprised of the extensive background as to the IDA's ownership, the BLDC's reversionary interest and all that stuff, so I won't go into that. The lease for Boscov's between the BLDC and IDA has as part and parcel to it a parking agreement with the city of Binghamton as a signatory. So typical for things other than this agreement? No. Typical for this agreement? Yes.
This is pretty consistent.
Other questions or comments?
Yes, this is Councilwoman Friedman.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I just, my hesitation with this is that I feel like extending the lease agreement by 1 year and then by 1 year and then by 1 year, it feels like this is not sustainable, especially considering that Boscov's was supposed to have done extensive repairs on the building, and I don't believe those have been done yet. So, you know, I love Boscov's. I do shop there, and I want them to stay downtown. But this sort of like temporary, it feels like we're sort of spinning our wheels here, doing a temporary 1 year lease extension instead of working toward a long-term lease. That's my thoughts on this.
Other questions or comments?
Councilman Friedman, because I wasn't aware of what information has been provided to new council members. I understand that Councilman Scaringi and Councilwoman Resinetti may have more of a background on this. But you should be aware that the mayor and the state have been working with Boscov's, I think, for the last 2 years to formulate this and kind of move forward in a way that has enforceable obligations. But if you feel that your questions were unanswered during the work session or the time period leading up to this, obviously you're free to cast your vote as you see fit, but I would encourage you to continue to ask those questions of the knowledgeable parties.
Are there questions or comments on this? Councilman Scaringi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to follow up to that, I think it's also important to be cognizant of the fact that the point of actually renewing this into in these one-year agreements is for the purpose of actually having a long-term sustainable plan. So this does not need to continue, which is currently underway. So the concern that the council has is a legitimate one, but
Councilman Scaringi, we're not hearing you well here at City Hall. Can anybody else hear him?
no.
I cannot hear.
No, it's hard to understand.
Can you try again, please?
Can you hear me now?
That's a little better, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the councilwoman's concern is a legitimate one, but I think it's also important to recognize that the reason why these annual one-year agreements have been put forward to us in order to be reconsidered for another year is so that a long-term sustainable plan can actually be put into place, which is currently being worked out between Boscov's ownership, the city of Binghamton, and New York State.
Thank you, Councilman. Other questions or comments on this?
Call the question, Mr. President.
Question been called? Roll call, please.
Councilman Scaringi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Resinetti,
Aye.
Councilwoman Riley,
Nay.
Councilwoman Friedman,
Nay.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Strawn,
Aye.
President Scanlon.
Aye.
That is 5 ayes, 2 nays.
On the communication from council members, tonight we start with Councilman Scaringi.
I think my microphone may be having some issues tonight, so I apologize, but I will pass, and I hope everyone is safe and healthy.
All right. Thank you, Council. On the Councilwoman Resinetti, please.
Yes, hi. I don't have much to say. I just quickly wanted to thank everybody who participated in our social distance cleanup this past Saturday. The weather was absolutely wonderful. It was a lot of fun, and it felt good to be walking away from some of the West Side streets looking a whole lot better. That's that. I hope everybody's continuing to be well. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. On the Councilwoman Riley.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we can.
you're good.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. I do not have a whole lot, but I want to recognize this is Teacher Appreciation Week. And our teachers are going above and beyond, continuing to educate our students in mechanisms and methods we have not used before. And I say we, because although, you know, I'm still a teacher. So I want to thank the entire Binghamton City School District and all the parents who have become teachers by proxy because of COVID-19 and our safety. A lot of us are doing new things, but if I know anything, I recognize the value of a high school teacher, more so now than ever before. So I want to recognize them. I also want to thank some of the members, the employees within City Hall who have been diligent in responding to residents of the 3rd District's requests and needs. Despite not being in the building, they are answering emails and returning phone calls, and I've received emails about that. So my hat's off to them. I want to encourage everyone to continue maintaining those safe distances and supporting our businesses that are locally in our respective areas. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Friedman, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Again.
All right. I also don't have much to say. Life is kind of continuing as usual, usual for, considering recent events. And I wanted to highlight that this is also Nurses Appreciation Week. And as someone who works at a health center, it is just incredible, what the amazing effort that all of the nurses have been putting in, and really honestly putting their lives on the line in some cases. And it's just, as someone who is able to work remotely from home, who's not really exposed to it, I can't even imagine what it's like to have to go into work and be potentially exposed to the coronavirus. So I very much extend my appreciation to all of the nurses. Thank you so much, in addition to all of the other workers who have been deemed essential. Some people have no choice about, what, that all of a sudden their job was essential. So just thank you to everyone who continues to make sure our city is chugging along. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Burns.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President. I just would like, if anybody is listening, if anyone's out there listening, I just want you to know my heart goes out to those people that have become unemployed and that are having trouble, having financial difficulties. And just to remind you, or if you don't know, for the first time, let you know that the city of Binghamton, through our block grant program, is offering help to people that to pay your gas and electric bill or some other bills such as that. And small businesses, where the BDLC is still giving out loans for small businesses at a very small percentage rate. And so the city of Binghamton is here. The mayor and the city council is here to help you. If you need assistance getting through any of this red tape, you can email me at jburns@cityofbinghamton.com. I don't really know my phone number on the city council number, but you can call me on that number. You can get that on the city site. And this is a struggle for some people. I know it is. And if I can be of any assistance, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Strawn, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to echo with Councilwoman Riley, Councilwoman Friedman, and add one more. I saw a note from the Children's Home today that in May, opportunity to thank teachers, nurses, and foster parents. So I'm not sure if that's the week or the month, but we've got some great foster parents as well. They're actually taking kids in during this time, which is actually unbelievable if you think about it, not knowing necessarily where they're coming from. So just want to thank all these people and just be reminded that we need to be thankful for them, obviously all throughout the year, but it is a special reminder to thank them now. And still saw the heroes sign outside of Lord's, which is really neat. So I just want to keep thanking all those frontline workers and add our first responders as well. And just as we consider the possibility of opening up, just that people continue to be safe and be mindful that in order for it to work, we still have to pay attention to what we're doing. And one quick shout out to the mayor's office for extending at least for a couple more weeks the blue bag. I was able to clean out a couple rooms in my house this week and put some stuff out, which was kind of nice. So every little thing helps. And just to reiterate what Councilman Burns said, whether it's through the city or through your local bank, there is still some city and SBA programs out there. that might be able to help small business, because that's really the heartbeat of our economy. So be safe, and thank you, everyone. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you, council members, for your comments. Real quick, I'm not sure everybody's listening out there, but Robin Street is continuing to be under reconstruction, so be careful around there, be careful of the workers, and I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.